Hello there and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariana, I'm a pharmacist, and on this channel I discuss real wellness by a real pharmacist. And today I'm going to tell you how to get the flattest, sexiest stomach.
Sexy.
You're going to feel so comfortable and you're never going to waste another dime on supplements that don't actually benefit you. Wow. We are getting to the root cause today as to why you have bloating or stubborn weight gain that just won't go away. In all seriousness, I actually am going to give you the exact checklist most holistic doctors would charge hundreds of dollars for to get rid of bloating and give you the flattest and healthiest stomach that you've had in your entire life. No, it's not going to happen overnight, but this is what you actually need to do to get to the root cause of why your bloating or your stubborn weight gain in your stomach area won't go away. And before we start, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. So I need to say something that's been on my mind for way too long. If your stomach is constantly bloated, it's distended, gassy, tight, or uncomfortable, that is not normal, and women have been bamboozled, tricked for so long into thinking it is. Oh, bloating is just normal. It's okay. You just had a big meal. You shouldn't feel bloated all the time. And I'm here to help you get to the root cause. I'm also tired of women wasting their precious time and thousands of dollars just to be told by doctors the most basic information. But anyway, today I'm going to give it to you for free. We're going to walk through everything. If you want to wake up with a flat stomach, feel sexy in your clothes, and actually enjoy your meals without bloating, without blowing up like a balloon, this video is for you. And be sure to share it with someone who this could really help as well. Step number one, and I hate to say it because I don't like to do this either, but you need to get your labs done. Most women are struggling with bloating, not because they just bloat, but because there's actually something off in their body. So here's what you need to test, and this is just a really quick list that we're going to run through. Some of these are functional health tests, other ones you can request from your doctor. If you request it from your doctor, insurance will cover it, most likely, or you might just pay a copay or something. If you go to a functional doctor or you go and do like some sort of functional health platform online where they can order labs for you, most likely that will be out of pocket. So it really just depends. Something I like to tell people is like probably spend hundreds of dollars going out to like a bar or going out with your friends or maybe going to Coachella. So why don't you use that money and put it towards your health instead? It is seriously so much more worth it. Even if you do have to save up for a little bit, $300 here, $200 there, it will make a difference in the long run because you're prioritizing your health and you're going to end up spending less correcting the issues you have right now down the line.
Rod, you gave a TED Talk.
Okay, so let's get into it. Number one is a stool test. The reason why you need to do this is because this checks your gut microbiome for overgrowth of bacteria like SIBO, parasites, yeast like Candida, and signs of inflammation. So you can actually get a really good picture of what your gut health looks like just by doing a simple stool test. The GI map test is my go-to. The GI map test includes markers like calprotectin, so that measures inflammation, secretory IgA, which measures your immune status, beta-glucuronidase, which measures your estrogen reabsorption, and it also tells you what good bacteria is in your stomach, what bad bacterial overgrowth you have, and it really tells you exactly what probiotics you need to supplement with and what actions you need to take to get your gut health back on track. The second test is the Dutch test. This is the gold standard for hormone testing. It's also another functional health test. It is a little expensive, so if you can't get this done, then at least ask your provider to do a blood draw for you because that's better than nothing. So basically the Dutch test, it measures your estrogen levels and detox pathways. And that's really important because if your body isn't breaking down estrogen properly, you're going to suffer from symptoms known as estrogen dominance. And that means you're going to have more bloating than usual, PMS symptoms, you're going to have breast tenderness, you're going to be more moody. So you're just going to get really hardcore PMS symptoms. And that's because your estrogen isn't being metabolized or you have too little progesterone. So some other biomarkers that the Dutch test measures that you definitely want to ask your doctor for if you're not doing the Dutch test is progesterone, testosterone, DHEA, cortisol, so free and metabolized. It also looks at your liver phase 1 and 2 clearance pathways. The third one is your thyroid panel. So many times I have seen women come to me and be like, I'm gaining weight, my hair is falling out, what's going on? Should I take biotin? No, check your thyroid. Thyroid imbalances are very, very common among women, and they often go unchecked. I don't know why doctors don't want to test the full thyroid panel. Usually they only will test it once you really start to suffer from symptoms of it. They don't really do it in a more proactive way. But anyway, if you ask your doctor for a thyroid panel, you should ask for these biomarkers: TSH, free T3, free T4, reverse T3, and TPO and TG antibodies, because that helps rule out Hashimoto's. And lastly, fasting insulin and glucose. You really want to make sure your glucose and your insulin are in a normal range. Otherwise, you may be suffering from issues regarding your insulin sensitivity. So I do want to mention the stool test, the GI map test, the Dutch test. Those are both functional health tests. But you can go to your doctor and instead of the Dutch test, just ask for those biomarkers: estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, DHEA, and cortisol. And you can also ask your doctor for a full thyroid panel and fasting insulin and glucose. So the thyroid panel and the insulin and glucose, those are not just functional health tests. You can actually get those done at like a LabCorp or a Quest Diagnostics or something. Step 2, okay, hold on, I've been talking a lot. I need to take a really quick break. Elderflower, jasmine green tea, lavender, juniper, and lemon zest. I've been really liking these lately. Okay, so step 2, we need to fix what you find. So let's break it down based on what your labs show. If you suffer from SIBO, candida, or dysbiosis, which means you have an overgrowth of bad bacteria, this is exactly what you need to do.
Take notes.
Number 1, you are going to enter the kill phase. This is where you use herbal antimicrobials like oregano oil, berberine, garlic, or neem, because they really help kill off any bad bacteria in the stomach. Of course, if you have a more serious overgrowth though, you might need to use a prescription like rifaximin or metronidazole. It really depends on what they find in your gut. You're going to kill off any bad bacteria or fungal overgrowth that you have. And during this phase, you're going to use binders like activated charcoal, bentonite clay, or GI detox. These basically soak up the toxins from the dying bacteria. And you want to take these 1 to 2 hours away from food and supplements, typically on an empty stomach. After we kill all the nasty bad bacteria, we're going to rebuild your gut microbiome. So you want to first rebuild the lining of your gut. Having a healthy gut lining is really great for lowering inflammation, and it just creates a really nice solid home for your good bacteria. So first, you're going to add in L-glutamine, zinc, carnosine, and collagen for gut repair. This is so good for rebuilding your gut and making sure you have a really nice and strong gut lining. Then you're going to repopulate your gut. You're going to start taking a high quality probiotic, and I think everyone should be using a probiotic, honestly. I will link the one that I recommend down below in the show notes for you to check out, because it is spore-based, and that means it actually travels to where it needs to go in your body instead of just dying immediately once it hits your stomach. Now let's move on to estrogen dominance. If your labs show that you do have estrogen dominance, you're going to start with supplementing with magnesium glycinate at night and DIM. DIM supports phase 1 liver detox. After a while of taking those two, about 2 months, you're going to add in N-acetylcysteine. It's a really great antioxidant. NAC helps boost glutathione for liver detox. And if your bowel movements are really slow, then you're going to add in calcium D-glucarate. So you don't need to take all of those supplements, but you should really be starting with the magnesium glycinate at night and DIM during the day. And please only do this if your labs do confirm that you have estrogen dominance. If your labs come back and show that you indeed do have a thyroid dysfunction, I recommend taking prescription medication for that, and your doctor will know exactly what to do in that scenario. If you have any other questions about that though, feel free to ask me questions down in the comments. And of course, if your insulin or glucose are off as well, It really just depends. If it's slightly off, then using berberine or chromium daily can really help with your blood sugar balance. However, if it's to the point where you do need a prescription medication, I would go ahead and listen to your doctor on exactly what you need to take. Something else that I come across all the time is low stomach acid. Symptoms of low stomach acid is like bloating after your meals, burping, or having undigested food in your stool. Something that really helps with this is using a supplement called betaine HCl and pepsin. And you're going to take that with high protein meals. Something that I love to use for low stomach acid is apple cider vinegar. Just put 1 tablespoon in water before your meals, and it's really going to help stimulate natural acid production naturally.
Says the guy who drinks apple cider vinegar every morning.
Oh my gosh, also, if you hear thunder in the background of my videos, it's summertime in Miami. It is actually so scary. I will be minding my own business and all of a sudden I hear boom. Now let's get into what not to eat. These are foods that you should absolutely cut out for at least 6 weeks and see how you feel. Number 1 is seed oils, canola oil, soy, corn. Do not use these oils because they're very inflammatory. It's unfortunate, but a lot of items that you find in the grocery store, they are filled with inflammatory oils. So always read the label on whatever you're drinking or eating. And instead you want to cook with avocado oil because it can actually tolerate and handle high heat. Or you can cook with ghee, which is really great for your hormones. And if you want to use an oil on your food or your salads, olive oil, a nice high quality olive oil is so good for your heart health, for cholesterol, and also for beautiful glowing skin. Number 2, you need to cut out sugar and artificial sweeteners. The more artificial sugar you're consuming, the worse your gut health is going to be and the more bloated and irregular you're going to become. Number 3, cut out excess dairy, especially cheese, whey, conventional milk. I drink whole milk and I love regular milk. Oh my God, did you guys just hear that? That's thunder. Oh my God. Oh my God, are we getting a storm right now? What I was saying was cut out excess dairy, especially cheese, whey, and conventional milk. I drink whole milk, I love regular milk, but I also fix my gut issues first and then I reintroduce milk back into my diet. Number 4, carbonation, especially when you're going to the beach or you're at the pool, you're in a bikini. Carbonated drinks like sparkling water or even kombucha or alcoholic canned drinks can trap air in your stomach, and basically it's going to make you feel more gassy and bloated than you normally would be.
Except I'm exhausted and bloated.
I try to not drink a lot of carbonated drinks. I do love that drink Recess that has the magnesium in it and that's carbonated. But you know, drinks like this isn't sponsored or anything by the way, but I like these because they're not carbonated, but it's still just like something fun to drink. And the 4th thing that you should be cutting out are raw cruciferous vegetables. So examples of that are like broccoli or cauliflower. It's important to include those in your meals, but you want to make sure that they're cooked or steamed. You don't want to eat raw vegetables because that's going to further irritate your gut. Eat this instead. Cooked vegetables like zucchini, carrots, squash, bone broth, wild-caught salmon, organic chicken, pasture-raised eggs, white rice or quinoa, fennel, cumin, ginger, or peppermint tea. You know I love my teas. Step 4, let's talk about supplements that actually help. Oh my God. This is what I like to call the flat stomach supplement stack. The first one is digestive enzymes. These help break down your food. 1 capsule at the beginning of each meal. The second one is magnesium glycinate, 200 to 400 milligrams nightly. This is really great for stress and cortisol support. I'm going to include a recommendation on what magnesium supplement I recommend down below in the show notes if you need some guidance. Number 3, magnesium citrate, only if you're very constipated, 200 to 400 milligrams at night. And this is not a long-term supplement unless directed by your doctor. The 4th one, of course, is a probiotic, 1 capsule daily, and I love spore-based probiotics. I recommended my favorite one down below in the show notes for you. The 5th one, Oh my. The fifth one is berberine, 500 milligrams a day. You're going to have 1 to 2 capsules daily, only for 4 to 6 weeks, and then you're going to discontinue it and use something else like chromium for blood sugar balance. And by the way, do not use berberine or chromium if you are taking medication that lowers your blood sugar, like metformin. If you're on Ozempic, do not mix berberine and chromium with those medications. Sixth one is apple cider vinegar. You're going to have 1 tablespoon and put it in water before your meals. It's really going to help build up and support your stomach acid. And the seventh one is peppermint oil capsules. I think peppermint oil capsules are so underrated. You're going to have 1 capsule 30 to 60 minutes before meals. And of course, collagen. Collagen is a really great way to build your gut lining. It's not as intensive as L-glutamine. I do want to mention, you don't need to take every single one of these supplements because it's a lot, right? Like, if you don't have time to take 8 supplements a day, and I understand that, but I wanted to give you a really nice flat stomach supplement stack so you can see what helps, the reason behind it, and the dose. Some eating tips. Chew 20 to 30 times per bite. Eat when you're sitting down, not while you're walking or scrolling. And space your meals 3 to 4 hours apart to allow for full digestion. As far as movement goes, you want to aim for 10 to 12,000 steps a day. This really helps with motility, inflammation, and blood sugar. Even if you don't have time to work out every day, which I know you're probably really busy, walk. Honestly, walking is one of the best things you can do for your health. Even if you don't have time to go to the gym or do a full strength workout, walking is so good for you. Aside from walking, I'm a huge fan of Pilates.
It's a Pilates machine.
It can be mat or reformer. You want to do this 2 to 3 times a week for core strength and for your posture. If you want to join ClassPass, which actually gets you access to a bunch of studios, it is amazing. I will include a link down below in the description so you can try it out for free. And of course, don't forget your post-meal walks. Walking for just 10 minutes a day after your meals really helps with bloating and digestion. And this is the very last one. Manage your stress and your sleep. Bloating and fat retention are heavily tied to cortisol. You want to make sure that you're sleeping for 7 to 9 hours. You're taking magnesium at nighttime. You're drinking calming teas like chamomile and lemon balm. You do deep belly breathing before your meals. That's really going to help regulate your nervous system so that you digest your food better. And something optional that I love to recommend for a really great effective detox and lymphatic drainage is just putting your legs up the wall at some point throughout the day. I personally love to regulate my stress with not just supplements like magnesium, but I use an app called the Open app, and I'm actually going to include a link for that as well down below so you can get 30 days for free. I just really love to share my knowledge and the resources and like what I actually use. But when I was going through gut dysbiosis, intense bloating, really bad anxiety, I found the Open app. The meditations are life-saving. They have breath work, they have movement. It is just like the best app. I think everyone should have it. So I'm going to put it down below in the show notes for you. Wow, that was a ton of talking, but I really, really hope this helped you. I just wanted to make an outline on the exact steps you need to take to get to the root cause of why you're feeling so bloated and uncomfortable all the time. This is a video that I would have wanted for myself when I was going through these issues. So I really, really hope that it actually helped you. And if it did, let me know down below. You can feel good in your body and you can feel healthier, and it just starts with these steps. I love you all and see you next week.